Hello and welcome back to another Origins Showcase video. In this Origins video I'm going to be showcasing the Wizard based Origin, which is version 1.2 created by the Discord user known as Tom from the Origins Discord server. This mod is for version 1.17 and will require the extra Origins mod as well as the 𝓵𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼 mod to allow you to be a bit of the smaller size. Just a quick thing before we get started, I'm going to be live a little later after this video, around an hour after this video releases, so make sure to check the link in the description, pinned comment as well as the card up on screen, and either way, let's get started with the Origin itself. Going through the bases of the Origin, this is a 3 impact Origin, meaning it has a maximum impact on your Minecraft playthrough. Going through the description, you are a wizard, you are unusual, and you can use arcane magic to harness the powers of some ingredients. Before we get started, I just want to ask you guys to hit the subscribe button down below, as a lot of people come around and binge watch YouTube channels like it's nobody's business, but then forget to subscribe even though they probably should do that since they watch a lot of content. So it's highly appreciated if just even a few of the 100,000 of you guys who continuously watch more of my videos hit that button. It'd be highly appreciated. Either way, let's get into the video itself. Running through reverse ability, we've got Corrupted Body. Using magic has taken a toll on your body, making you half a player's normal size. Yes, that's right everybody, you're now 1 block tall as a wizard. You're a small wizard, but you're a wizard nevertheless. Moving on, we've got the Paper Airplane ability. If you have paper in your hand and you turn it into a paper airplane that you have to hang on to in order to give you some slow falling. Screw joint emoji water bucket tricks, just do an emoji paper trick. All you need to do is hold the piece of paper in your hand and you'll be given permanent slow falling, but the moment that you move the paper outside of your hand, you'll lose the slow falling ability. Practically speaking, you don't actually need to press any buttons or anything whatsoever, you just need to flick to the item being in your hand in order to activate the slow falling ability, which honestly is pretty good because it saves you from having a million different keys or removing a main ability you can use outside of items and stuff along those lines. You just need to hold the item in your hand in order to make use of its ability. And it also doesn't consume the item itself when you do attempt to use these abilities as well. Moving on, we've got the Strong Bones ability. If you have a milk bucket in your offhand, your bones will become stronger, making you get haste at the same time. So personally speaking, I feel like that this Origin itself has already been made overpowered by the sheer fact that you have the ability to have haste not only extremely early in the game, but you don't even need to have the difficulty of actually building a beacon, moving it around in order to get haste 2. Instead, all you require to do is hold a milk bucket in your offhand and you've got haste 2. Yes, you can use the villager trading trick as well as easily kill a wither pretty quickly to get the full-on beacon as well as the full beacon pretty damn quickly in Minecraft nowadays, but the simple fact that you can just use a milk bucket over a lot of grinding is, I feel like, just an ability that shouldn't be there. If it was only haste 1, then I'd be fine with it, but the fact that it gives you haste 2, I feel like it just defeats the purpose of having the grind for a beacon, because most people get the beacon for the haste 2. Another thing that could potentially be done is that if you have a haste 1 beacon and you have your milk bucket in the offhand, you get haste 2 or something on those lines, but I just feel like that the fact that you get haste 2 off this is a bit overpowered. Moving into your next ability, you've got Repair. Because you're an incredible way with magic and spells, you can use a spell once per hour to repair any one of your items that you held in your main hand. So this ability will take over an hour to recharge, which is honestly very interesting considering the fact that it only will actually give you around 40 durability added onto your tools. In the early game, this is actually a lot of durability, but when it comes down to your diamond/netherite pickaxes, you have 1500 and 2000 durability respectively. So this 30 durability you get added via this ability is ultimately not really too handy after you get into the late game. And considering it takes over an hour for it to recharge, it's pretty useless. Moving into our next ability, you've got Feather Flight. You can use the power of a feather in your main hand to levitate slowly just like a bird. Wait, hold on a moment. Birds levitate? Jokes aside, whenever you're holding a feather in your hand, you'll be given the levitation ability. This ability will last for however long you hold the feather in your hand for, and will also last for a few extra seconds after you take it out of your hand. Being you get a bit of a reaction time to swap to your paper plane in order to not take fall damage. Except for the fact that this Origin doesn't take fall damage, we'll probably talk about it a little later. But it's really interesting and useful to think that once you have a feather, which ironically, feathers are pretty damn difficult to get your hands on in Minecraft nowadays, so I think it's fine overall, considering it takes a bit to get a feather and you get a bit of levitation, which just allows you to float around and get around a lot easier. It's definitely not as broken / overpowered as giving haste 2 by simply holding a milk butter is. Moving into your next ability, you have Nimble. You're immune to thorns and velocity based damage. Thorn damage is including sweet berries, cactuses, but not limited to just those things. Those are just some of the items that you will no longer take damage to, and velocity based damage includes elytra flying, and as well as taking full damage and other bits and pieces that requires you to move at a speed and hit something drastically at speed to take that damage. You're just immune to all of it. Moving into the next ability, you've got Carrot Vision. You harness the power of the carrot to put in your offhand and get night vision. I guess eating carrots does make you see in the dark after all. First off, why is there just a little joke at the end of this origin, but there's been at none of the other abilities thus far? Bit of a question there, but anyhow, moving into it, yes, having a carrot in your offhand will give you night vision. I think at this point we realize that the wizard isn't exactly a good origin or balanced origin to use in a multiplayer server, because it is pretty overpowered in a lot of aspects. By first off, you get given haste 2 via a milk bucket, which you can get pretty damn early on. You get night vision via a carrot in your offhand, which again, whilst it makes sense, it's overpowered and very easy to get early on in the game. But yeah, it just says that's what it is on tin. You have a carrot in your offhand, you get night vision. Pretty simple anyhow. Moving on, we have Durable. If you have an obsidian in your offhand, you gain resistance to and become one with the tough obsidian. Are we seriously starting to get into these jokes with these origin abilities, or was I missing it the entire time? This one is actually a little bit better because it isn't exactly it's a difficult item to get. You can't exactly just get obsidian within the first 5, 10, 20 minutes of your playthrough, because it does take a bit of time to get diamonds as well as to mine up that bit of obsidian to use for yourself, when you also got to mine up obsidian for an enchanting table as well as a portal. So ultimately I feel like this obsidian thing isn't as bad and as overpowered in comparison to the whole haste 2 in a bucket. I really don't agree with the haste 2 in a bucket thing. Moving into the next ability, you've got Fragile. You have 3 less hearts than the health of humans. With self-explanatory, you have less health. I mean, I'll just reuse the clip from before of me fighting the husk with my piece of obsidian in my hand. Like, we really don't need more information about that one. Moving on though, we've got Kelp Breathing. If you have kelp in your offhand, you get the ability to breathe underwater. This ability does exactly what it says it does. When you hold a kelp in your offhand, you will be given the water breathing 2 ability for 1 second of time, which is just infinitely second as long as you have a kelp in your offhand. But the moment you pull it out of your offhand, you'll lose the breathing potion off of you completely. But if you put your kelp back in your offhand, even if you have lost a few bubbles, you can still continue to breathe underwater like it was nothing ever happened in the first place. And we continue the trend of something being slightly unbalanced. Moving into the next ability, you've got Feeble. After living on this planet for so long, you have become weak, resulting in you only being able to wear up to iron armor and having less overall health. We've already gone over the whole less health part. That was a part of its own ability, but then also the fact that you can only wear iron armor or lower because you're weaker and overall, but it still doesn't make sense because you can still wear gold armor even though it's meant to be the heaviest armor. So, you know, it doesn't always have to make sense though. Moving into your next ability, you've got Shell Speed. If you have a Nautilus shell in your main hand, you get Dolphin's Grace. If you don't know what Dolphin's Grace is, practically speaking, when you're swimming around the ocean, you come across a dolphin. Dolphin has the ability to give you extreme speed in the ocean. That's all it does. As well as a few other bits and pieces, but really, the main reason why people have it or use it is to get an extreme speed boost when they're swimming in the ocean. Personally speaking, I believe this entire origin is a bit on the overpowered side / unbalanced / a lot of issues with it, but personally speaking, I honestly like the idea behind it, giving it so when you hold certain items or have certain items in your inventory or offhands or main hands, you get certain abilities going off of the back of whatever those items are actually themed off of, or things along those lines. Definitely could have been better, definitely could have been slightly more balanced, but I like the idea overall. So let me know, what are your thoughts of this origin? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. As I said, live stream's going to be happening tonight. We're starting off the members SMP server, and by speaking about that, a massive thank you to my channel members as always, to my $25 member, Hello the Void, and my $10 member, Decept. But until next time guys, goodbye.